Hi, Ryan. Leonard Parker here from Financier SEO. Just wanted to put together this quick video for you that really just goes over your website and compare it with some of your competitors, namely Howell Financial Advisors, Elser Financial Planning, and Valley. I think it's Valeo Financial Advisors, and really, just go over in detail some things I saw that can improve your overall web presence with your website and really help you get on that first page and really start getting some of that search traffic that your competitors are getting. Now, I'll start with your website here. I have it up already. So let's start with the home page. So overall, there are some things that you're doing on your website that I really like. I actually encourage my clients to implement, or I implement for my clients. And then there's some other areas that I think that can be improved. So I'll start here on the home page. So you see this little box here. It's called the page title or the title tag in SEO terms. So you're doing some good things here. You have the name of your firm, Capstone Wealth Advisors. That's in there. It's actually in there twice. And then you have financial planning for business owners, physicians, and retirees. And then you have your city, Indianapolis. So I think this is a good start. For your title tag, you always have to make sure that that title tag is within a certain length. So Google specifies anything over 70 characters is too long. So I'm not even checking, but I'm sure that's over 70 characters. And for your home page, you tend to want to follow this format. So you want to have your brand name at the beginning, which you do, Capstone Wealth Advisors, then have your pipeline, and then I would have something, since you do target all three different segments. If there was a way to shorten this, so maybe Indianapolis Financial Planner, and then maybe just target the your primary segment, I think that would be good enough for your title tag. And I'll show you why it's important to keep that title tag in line. Not only is it good for SEO because you're including that keyword financial planner in Indianapolis, so that'll help you with Indianapolis-based searches, but you can think of the title tag as branding for your firm even before someone lands on your website. So you can see here, this is the title tag. So you see, it'll say Capstone Wealth Advisors, Pipe, and then it'll have financial planner in Indianapolis or Indianapolis financial planner, and then you'll go from there. So that's very important. One step, if we were to work together, that I would take is going to each page on your website and making sure that those title tags are cleaned up. Now that staying on your home page here, you'll see this nasty message. It says not secure. So what that's saying is that your website it doesn't use the SSL protocol. And this is a new ranking factor. It's something that Google has came down with in 2017. So it hasn't affected all websites, but it's definitely on the horizon that as time goes on, this will be a major ranking factor. So you definitely want to stay ahead of the curve here and install an SSL certificate. And this typically is something you can do with your hosting company, which I'll get into later. But yeah, you definitely want to make sure that you install that SSL, and so you don't have this message. And then this is just a trust and credibility factor. Even though you're not actually selling products on your website, no one's giving you their credit card information. Having this message when someone first lands on your website, it makes it, it's kind of just one of those things that goes against you when you're trying to build trust with a potential client. So definitely something to consider there. And so this is your homepage. At the end, I'm going to give you one helpful tip about the newsletter. The newsletter, honestly, it's going the way of the dinosaur. So I actually have a recommendation for you that is a little more ahead of the curve, and I've found that I get better results with. And I'll get into that at the end of the video. Now, going to your services page, and this is actually one of the things I liked a lot. You have a different page for each target segment. So you have a page for your wealth advisory services, one for your financial planning services, and then you even have pages for physicians and business owners and retirees, which is great. Furthermore, you're using these videos, which I love. This is a great marketing tool. Because not only can you add them and keep them on your website, but you can add them to your Facebook page if you have one, and you can also upload those to YouTube. And those are you're just giving your website more opportunities to be found online. So I'm going to drill down into one of these. Let's go to the business owners page. And then again, that title tag, I would make it a little more friendly. Maybe something like financial planning for business owners in Indianapolis. Make that one phrase. You just want to make sure that you have Indianapolis in there, and you have the phrase financial planner for business owners. So one thing I noticed on all of your content, well, first of all, you want to make sure that the amount of content is at least 300 words on each page. This just gives you more opportunities to optimize it for your target keywords. And lastly, it's not even a SEO technique, but just a general getting people lead generation technique. You want to add some type of call to action here at the bottom. And typically you want to do that with a button, similar to what you have here for your sign up, newsletter sign up. So just something to think about there. Lastly, for your website, I was looking at your blogs. I saw your last blog entry was from 2016. So I definitely recommend, if you're going to blog regularly, which I highly recommend that you do, make sure that you're blogging at the minimum once per month, or you're adding something new to your blog once per month, and preferably you're adding something 2 to 4 times per month. And then again, you can think of these blog articles not only as a way to educate your clients and your potential clients, but also they give you, once they get indexed in Google and ranking in Google, they give your firm more opportunities to be found. So they're almost like mini free advertisements for your firm in Google. So just keep that in mind. And not only do you want to add a blog, but you also want to make sure you have a promotion network on different branded properties. And this even, takes that idea of being found in Google to the next step further. Because not only is your blog on your website, but if you add it to your Facebook page, you add it to your LinkedIn page, you add it to a Medium account with your firm's name. These are all ways that people can find you who are looking for your services. So just keep that in mind. Next, I'm going to look at some of the more technical factors on your website. So first, I ran your website through the mobile friendly test. Your page is mobile friendly. That's great. That's definitely important moving forward, and it will be a major ranking factor. Next, I looked at your page speed insights. So this is also a Google tool. And basically what it does, it gives your website a grade for its page load speed. And you can see here, there's a tab for your desktop version of your website, and there's a tab for the mobile version. And you can see here, it gives you different tips on how you can improve your website speed. And I would really like to see these scores at the minimum, 80 out of 100. As you can see here, your score for your desktop site is 50, and then for your mobile site is 41. So there's a lot of area for improvement there. And simple fix like this can really help with your rankings. So if we were to work together, this would probably be my first, along with your on-page SEO, be one of my first priorities for your website. So that's something I would look at. And like I mentioned there, Google gives you tips on ways you can improve that website speed. But if you're looking at what's the one thing I can do to have 80% of the intended result, or achieve 80% of the intended result, I would highly recommend that you upgrade your hosting. I've seen where clients, they upgrade their hosting with me, and almost overnight their page speed scores increase, and then even sooner they're seeing better rankings and better site traffic. So I would definitely recommend that you use a high quality hosting provider. This is something that we offer our clients that work with us, hosting with a preferred provider. And yeah, not only is it good for SEO, but it makes your website more usable because it's not taking as long to load. So that's another factor to consider for your web presence. Now for your citations, and this starts with your link building. This is the beginning of your link building. Basically, your citations are your listings on major sites like Google Plus, Google My Business, Facebook, Super Pages. There are several others, Yelp. There are several others that are really important. And you can see here you have a score of 78 out of 100. I'm using the mouse local tool. And you can see that's your address there. And then, this is actually a really good score. If you've never paid attention to any of this stuff, that's actually a great score. I have some sites I look at where the score is in the 20s, but I see you have been doing some work here, which is great. And you see, if you can just, spend some time completing these incomplete listings, that will definitely help improve your score. So definitely, if we were to work together, once I'm finished fixing the page speed issues and the on-page issues, I will start looking at your link building. And this is the first step of the link building program, really fixing those citations and business listings. So we've talked about your website, on-page optimization, content. We talked about your page speed scores. Now I'll just finish on citations. The last point I want to bring up here is your link building or your backlinks. And you can think of backlinks as votes of popularity from other websites that link to you. So, bringing this into a real world example, offline example, you have referring domains and you have backlinks. So let's say you ran for president of your high school class, and you had one friend who voted for you 100 times, while your opponent had 100 friends who voted for him one time each. Now, obviously, your opponent's going to win because those 100 votes from 100 unique friends are more valuable than your friend who voted for you 100 times. And you can think of referring domains and backlinks the same way. You can think of referring domains as your friends on the web, and you can think of backlinks as their votes. So you can see here, this is your website, Capstan EWA. You have 7 friends online who are linking back to you, but then they're linking back with 14 votes or backlinks. And compared to your competitors, you have the lowest number of friends online. You have 7. The good news about this is that your top competitor, they only have 12. So there's not that much of a gap there. So, after creating your citations, I would shift my focus to helping you build authoritative, relevant backlinks back to your site. And so what I mean by authoritative, let's say there's a local Indianapolis blog who's great writer, great resource, and they link back to your website. On the other hand, let's say that you get a backlink from Forbes.com or the New York Times. Obviously more people read those publications and they have more authority. So that backlink from New York Times or Forbes is going to be way heavier than a link from your community blog or your city blog. So something to think about there when you're building backlinks. Also, you want to make sure that they're relevant. So you provide financial advisory services. There's no reason really why you would want a backlink from a auto parts website or from a makeup website. It just doesn't make sense. You want backlinks from pages that are related to financial services or related to any of your target segments, physicians, retirees, and so forth. So that would be the focus for an SEO campaign if we were to work together. A bit about me. Again, my name is Leonard Parker. I am the owner of Financier SEO. We're based in Houston, Texas, but we have team members from all over the world. We focus not only on SEO, but also other digital marketing strategies and implementation of those strategies, such as social media, pay-per-click advertising on Facebook and Google, email marketing, so really help you keep your connection strong with your current clients. We also focus on these different website designs and upgrade issues that I mentioned earlier. And we also help our clients build lead generation funnels using a wide variety of different methods. So in a nutshell, we do what it takes online to help our clients get more leads, more qualified leads, qualified traffic, and not only help them get more qualified traffic, but to help them maintain a strong relationship with their current clients. And that's the type of value we could add to your firm. Now, before I close this video, I promised that I would give you a tip for your newsletter sign up. So going back to the home page, and I actually have two tips. So the first tip here with your newsletter, as I said, these signups are going away at the dinosaur. What you want to focus on now are push notifications. And I'm sure you've seen this on a website where it has a little box here, a little pop-up in the lower right-hand corner usually, and it will ask you, would you like to subscribe to get notifications when this website owner puts out new content? And then you click subscribe, and every time that person puts out new content, you'll get a little message here in your browser window. And I think that coupled with you putting out more content is a better way to go than simply getting newsletter signups. So it's just something to think about there. The conversion rates with those are a lot higher. So that's just something I think going forward you should consider implementing. The second thing that I want to bring to your attention, I noticed that you really don't have a strong call to action here on your homepage. And this is as simple as having a maybe a contact us button here, somewhere here on the right hand side or up here at the top. You also want to include your contact information in case someone wants to give you a call directly or send you an email. They can easily find that information and don't have to scroll all the way here to the bottom. You always have to remember that when people land on a website, typically they read in a F-shaped pattern. So they start somewhere over here, they'll read this top line, go a little further down, read this way, then they'll go a little further down, and then pretty much that's the case for all of the pages on your website. So something you want to consider there. Well, thank you, Ryan, for your consideration and watching the video. I hope it has been helpful as you continue to grow your firm and grow your assets under management. I'm happy to have a phone chat to discuss any of these points in greater detail and to also explore any opportunities that make sense for us to work together. I have included a link to my Calendly account at the bottom of this video, so just click the button and you can schedule at a time that's convenient for you. Well, thank you, Ryan, and have a great day.